Hi everyone, it's Grada again from the Purple House Wellness Center. I'm back at home after spending a week in the Scottsdale hospital with my father when he was dying, and as you know, he died on Monday morning at 5 to 6, and I came home later on in the day and been trying to land back in normal life. So I'll tell you a little bit about that, what the experience was like for me in a minute. And first of all, I want to thank all of you for your thoughts, for your energy, for your help. I really appreciate it, and I felt that it helped me a lot. I felt carried. And there are many impressions that have made a lasting effect on me and changed something in me, and I'll talk about that as well. So, but this session is also really to help you to fill your tanks for the next 7 days. We're doing this, You Are the Miracle FM, to uncover the miracle that's in your body, to uncover the richness of your experiences in life, to help you live to your full potential as a spiritual being, as a human being, as an intelligent being, and and just to help you to bring out the best in you. So like every Friday, I'm sort of a bit lost in time. It's Thursday night. Every Thursday night, around about 6ish, is the time where I'll do checking in with you, and we can tune ourselves up for the next week, so we can have a smooth ride. So, if you're watching this replay, I just want to tell you a little bit. That was probably one of the hardest things I found of the whole experience sitting with my dad, was that of course we didn't know when he was going to die, but we knew that he couldn't last for too many more days. But in the end he was struggling to hang in there for a whole 7 days, and the last 3 days he didn't drink water anymore, so we knew that it couldn't be too much longer. So it's very human of us to want to know what's going to happen next, what's going to happen next. And I was really catching myself thinking like that and feeling the resistance in my body towards not knowing, and constantly waiting for my dad to take his last breath. Every breath I was thinking, is this going to be his last breath? And in the end, I stopped doing that. I forced myself to be in the moment, and to focus on what is happening in the moment right now, and to focus on the love that was in the room while my dad was still alive, and to focus on the resistance that was in my body and work with my resistance. So in a few minutes I'll do a little practice where we can do that together, because pretty much all day long there is some level of resistance in our body towards something, and if we can work with our resistance and just dissolve it, delete it, press the delete button, put it in the recycle bin, our lives become a lot easier. So every time I catch myself feeling resistance, I see it as an opportunity to go into my body, go inside, feel where it is, clear it, remove it, and another layer of energy wasting, whatever stress is gone from my body, and I hope that it doesn't come back again. And if I keep doing that often enough, eventually my life becomes a lot easier, and that's the aim of the game. because we can do life easy, with happiness and energy and coming from a light-filled place, or we can do it difficult and live a life full of hardship, punishment, pain, stress, resistance. Because if I have resistance in here, you can bet your bottom dollar there is resistance in my outer world as well. Okay, so we'll do that in a minute. So, but I just want to share something that, how do I say it, has really helped me a lot. So, my dad took a long time to die, and that gave me an opportunity to be very, very close and intimate with him. And my brother Pete as well. So my brother Pete and Corey, my sister as well. But my brother Pete and myself, we stayed around day and night, and we made sure we never left him by himself. And so we were there for him like we've never been for my father before. And the reason we couldn't be there for my father in the past was because he actually never needed anyone. He never needed anybody. He didn't ask for anything. He didn't want to be an inconvenience. And my brother Peter and I, we also have had kind of issues with my dad that from our childhood wound, that we can't really put our finger on it, but both of us have worked so hard and done so much consciously healing work to dissolve those blockages, or that we had in our, that we felt we had them in our relationship with our dad. A sort of a lack of freedom, a tension that was always there, and we didn't want it to be there. And I'm not sure if my father was conscious of it. He probably was or wasn't, because he's from that generation. They had different expectations, and I felt with my dad, of course, he was emotionally pretty jammed up, because he kind of, I guess, lived in a spiritual bypass, where he always focused on God, focused on the spiritual life. And to my dad, your body was just like a vessel, like something that you get rid of eventually, and then you go back to God, and he was always looking forward to that. Whereas I believe that while we're in the body, we've been given a body to experience life to the full, to feel creative, joyful, playful, intuitive, spontaneous, to enjoy closeness and intimacy with other people, with our loved ones, with other human beings. So anyway, cut long story short, while my brother Pete and I were sitting with my dad, we felt that all those layers of resistance that had always been there, they fell away. And for the first time in our life, which is a bit sad, but anyway, for the first time in our life, we were in a beautiful bubble of unconditional love, and a really pure heart space. So there was just all heart, because I guess my dad's personas and belief systems, they had died already. He was still in his body, and now his infinite self was behind the steering wheel. His infinite self was in the center of the storm. And of course my dad's infinite self and ours is the same. It's the same spirit. So we were connecting on a deeply, deeply spiritual, good, clean, warm, loving, unconditional love heart space the whole time. And when I was holding his hand, I could feel that energy flow from me to him, from him to me, and also my brother. We did lots and lots of energy work to help him ease into the next life, to help him leave his body behind. And I felt like all his cells were struggling. They didn't want to die, of course, which is normal. And of course, the false self, which is our conscious mind, never wants us to die. So there was definitely a struggle going on there, but thankfully my brother and I, we knew what to do. So we did cranial work, I did lots of emotional healing, we helped him in so many ways. In the end, after 6 days, we felt there's absolutely nothing now between him and death, and that's when he actually died a few hours later in peace and with everything accomplished. So there were no loose ends. And so I was sitting with my mom when she died 14 years ago, and it was a real different experience. And my mom died quite suddenly. She took a breath and then she suddenly stopped breathing and she was gone. And when she died, I had an amazing feeling that she just flew out into the universe, and the whole, everything in the universe was like telling me my mom was out there, and like a sort of a vibration sensation in the sky, and it was dark. And at the same time, my dad, who was at home, and my sister, who was at home as well, they had this psychic experience as well. They knew my mom had gone. So her presence was actually like very loud and made a very dramatic exit. And she was gone, like there was nothing left in the body. I didn't feel any energy, nothing. So that had been my only experience of somebody passing over, and it was quite shocking in a way, but it was what it was. So this time we were sitting, my father died, and it was completely different. It was almost like he snuck out the back door without us realizing, and his energy was just settling like this, and settling slowly, settling some more, like seeping out, as if, I guess, somebody who springs a leak or something, and it was just seeping out very, very gently. It was very gentle for us to experience it. It wasn't dramatic or painful or hurtful. And while after he had left his body, I could still feel his chakras, and I got some beautiful information from and communication from his chakras, and beautiful messages for myself and for my brother Pete, that really helped me to feel so peaceful now. And so on the way home, driving here, I felt my mom was sitting on that shoulder and my dad was sitting on that shoulder. And I also felt, well, perhaps I've been interpreting my parents' energy all wrong all my life, because obviously my mom, she kind of went straight to the sky, you could say. So her energy was more like Father Sky, we called it, and my father's energy was more like Mother Earth. And I found it really interesting that my parents actually had to die first before I recognized the quality of their energy. And the reason, because while we're alive, we have so many masks and personas and personality traits and things that come in the way. And it's like we're staring at each other, or we're staring at ourselves through a smoke screen. And we get a little bit confused. But anyway, it's beautiful for me that I have clarity about my parents. And I feel sad, of course. I feel very, very relieved. I feel kind of whole as well, as if something has landed in me. So, and I'm 56 now, and I've been waiting for this to land for a long time. Like, there's still pain in my body though from my different things, I guess, from my childhood, but I feel like that might take a little bit of time to heal, but it's definitely healing. All the blockages that were there, that stopped the healing, they have gone. So I'm very happy that that is a parting gift from my father, and there's absolutely no judgment anyway in me towards my dad towards the father that he was, the role that he played, because I know with absolute certainty that he did his very, very best, and he was a product of his upbringing. And of course, I myself have probably made some big mistakes with my children. But the good thing is, everything can be changed. Things can change in an instant, and that's the power of the moment. So that's the power of now. So we create our future, we create our life in the now, and whatever we focus on in now, in this moment, that is going to be our reality tomorrow or in the next few days. So the power of now is super, super important. So with that, I want you to I invite you to do this little exercise with me, and it's good if you can sit like this again, because that tunes up your nervous system, and it snaps you out of any fear that you might feel in your body or tension, and your brain starts to calm down. Your brain thinking patterns, they calm down and they become in tune with your heart. As your hands are resting on your heart, your brain starts to tune into the frequency of your heart. And of course, our heart center is the seat of unconditional love. Our heart sees the big picture. Our heart is the great transformer. It transforms pain into health, fragments into peace, and it has all the answers. Everything about you is stored in your heart center. And then drop into your womb space, or if you're a guy, drop into your power center, which is below your belly button towards the tailbone. Just connect with that part of your body. Just enjoy that sensation of your authentic self. No masks, no stresses, no time pressures. When you drop into the moment, connect with your authentic self and your infinite self. You connect with your timeless self. Time loses its meaning. When you connect with your infinite self, you connect with everyone else's infinite selves. It's all the same spirit. Now I invite you to just check in your body, which places in your body do you feel resistance? Where is that resistance? It can be resistance to the now, resistance to relaxing, resistance to taking a few minutes to deeply relax, resistance to not knowing something about tomorrow or tonight, resistance about allowing things to unfold for you in your best interest, because the universe is your friend. Maybe you have resistance to believing that your universe is your friend. So just feel anywhere in your body where you have resistance. I'm going to do that now. just feel a little bit of resistance in the back of my neck. So I'm just focusing on that, and I'm sending it unconditional love or light. You can just allow it to go with your out breath. One more breath. And I feel my whole body become relaxed and light filled. And I'm even finding it hard to think right now. So I've gone to a place of what we call no mind. Okay? So the monkey mind or the conscious mind or the false self is temporarily taking the back seat, and it's actually really, really good to do that several times a day. Just stop what you're doing, slow down, take several breaths. Remember, you're only 3 breaths away from a change in chemistry in your body, so that means you can go from feeling impatient or angry or fearful or sad to feeling calm to going to an empty space. Okay, and it's really good to actually drop in your womb space or your power base if you can. Hi Mani. So I'm just about to finish this Facebook Live. So this is the one to do for you at the Miracle FM. And I have to get ready in a minute to answer some questions for the Purple House. So regardless of where you are and what you do in your life, what I just showed you, just checking in where you feel the resistance, it's just a global way to supercharge your energy, to stop the energy drain, to stop the energy leaks, and just give your body a little bit of a spell where it immediately re-energizes. And the best thing is, often you get like a moment of genius, and you find the answer to your problems. You feel you suddenly live at a happier vibration. So whether that's suddenly feeling content, or even excited, or creative, or happy, or colorful, or bubbly, you suddenly feel much better, and it's free. You can do it. You just take a little bit of time out and give your body a chance to talk to you. So just feel that resistance, just clear that resistance, and that will set you up for the next week. So I hope you enjoyed this little tune-up, and I'll say goodbye now, and I'll see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock for another check-in and tune-up. Love to you all, and have a really, really good week. Thanks for watching. Bye.